If this is the opening move, what's the end game? The first morning of 2026 opens with a message Washington hasn't sent in years. America comes first. The new America First border tax, a 1% levy on money leaving the country, is now active. For decades, billions in remittances flowed out untouched while American families dealt with rising costs and shrinking opportunities. And today that changes. Supporters say it keeps American dollars working for American priorities. Critics call it punitive, but the truth is simple. A nation that wants to rebuild itself can't keep bleeding wealth across its borders. And at the same time, the National Park Service is shifting back towards something most Americans assumed was already true, that their own parks should prioritize them. Fee-free days now apply only to citizens and permanent residents. Non-residents will pay more. The Interior Department says it's about restoring access for American families. Opponents call it exclusionary, but for millions who feel like their country has been slipping away piece by piece, it's a rare moment where policy actually reflects common sense. And farmers are waking up to a long overdue relief. The USDA's $12 billion Farmer Bridge Payment Program begins today, offering a lifeline to producers hammered by inflation, supply chain chaos, and global instability. Rural America has carried this country through crisis after crisis, and Washington rarely notices until something breaks. Today, at least, the people who feed the nation aren't being ignored. Meanwhile, the National Guard is heading home, not because the administration chose to, but because the Supreme Court blocked their deployment. The court left in place a ruling that barred the Guard from being used in Chicago, leaving the administration with no legal path to keep them in the cities. Supporters say this ruling restores constitutional limits. Critics say it ties the government hands, but the result is the same. The Guard is going home. And finally, a cultural chapter closes. MTV's music-only channels, once the soundtrack of American youth, goes dark today. For many, it's not just a network ending, it's a symbol of a culture that drifted, hollowed out, and eventually collapsed under its own weight. It looks like a country trying to claw back pieces of itself before they're gone for good. Dispatches begin at 9.